obviously named in honor of Nate Richardson, whom you learned earlier about the tragedy and all that that family has been through and done for this program. Well, the Nate Richardson Award is an award that we give out every year to really the player that best exemplifies the spirit of Nate. You know, Nate was a freshman when he was taken, so it wasn't like he had a chance to really do an awful lot of great things on the varsity baseball field. But what he did do was he got in everybody's face and just worked his rear end off at every practice and forced everybody around him to do their job better. Because they knew if they didn't, he was going to be right there, not only to take their job, but to get in their face and ask them why they weren't doing things the right way. Okay? He led as a freshman by example. So this award goes to a player who really exemplifies those traits. You know, this year's winner is a wonderful young man that I had the opportunity to coach a little bit as a freshman. And then he left for a year and decided to come back. And he knew coming back what the story was going to be. I mean, he knew, you know, he knew the makeup of the roster that he was going to be returning to. And never once was there the first whimper of, you know, what have I got to do? What's wrong? Why aren't I doing this? How come I don't get a chance to do this? All he did was every day take a look at the board and see what hitting group he was in and do his job. He worked hard. He worked harder than almost anybody else on the team, even though he knew that the chances of his name being in that lineup were probably not very good. And unfortunately, you know, when it did happen, he wound up getting pretty badly injured. And a lot of kids would have just hung it up at that point and said, hey, you know, maybe I'll see you next year, maybe I won't. But not Josh. Okay? I rode in that ambulance with him to All Children's. And the whole way there, I got to know him a little bit better than I did before. And this is one fine young man. This is one fine young man who was out there every day making the rest of the team better. Because the example that he was setting, because they knew that he was right there. He was right there ready to take their spot in the outfield, or DH, or wherever. Because he put in the work. Never complained, always had a smile, always had a thank you. Always had the attitude that, you know, I'm going to pay my dues, and next year is my year to shine. So this year's Nate Richardson Award winner, I couldn't be more proud to present to Josh Cobb.
Speed.